On this edition of Cronkite Sports Report.
A local hockey league looks to make a difference on and off the ice.
Nothing is easy, man. I just gotta go get it. So whatever it takes, I'm going for.
A Suns player brings his journey to the NBA full circle.
A Chandler native challenges the role women play in skateboarding.
A diamond duo. A pair of ASU softball twins take the field.
Her volleyball knowledge just skyrocketed, her strength skyrocketed, all-around player. I mean, she has definitely been a force in the program.
And one Glendale athlete who found confidence on the court. Those stories coming your way now on Cronkite Sports Report. Our team at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication look to bring you unique sports stories. I'm Claudia Faust.
And I'm Scotty Gange. We look forward to sharing some amazing stories of some incredible individuals here in the Valley.
Mission Ice Arizona Special Edition is a program that focuses on the functional needs of children with disabilities, providing them with the opportunity to play hockey.
Cronkite News reporter Trey Bates introduces us to one hockey player who now has his moment on the ice.
Charlie Paparone is, for the most part, a typical teenager. He likes video games,
I just scored,
doing his homework, and playing sports. In his case, hockey.
I like the buddies, I like skating, and I like shooting the puck in the net and making slap shots.
But when Charlie was born, sports were the last thing on his mother's mind.
When Charlie was a baby, he was born very early, very premature, so he had a lot of special needs. We went through a period where he had many hospitalizations, multiple hospitalizations every year.
Doctors diagnosed Charlie with cognitive delay, cerebral palsy, and autism. But despite his challenges, for years, there's only one thing Charlie kept begging his parents to do.
He's been saying for 8 years, "Daddy, I want to play hockey, I want to play hockey."
Charlie's father, Jeff, didn't think it was possible. But thanks to Mission Ice Arizona's Special Edition program, Charlie laces up his skates and overcomes the uncertainties.
I told him, I said, basically give it up. It's probably not going to happen. And so when he started last year, it was a good thing to eat crow.
Mission Ice is a Peoria-based youth club hockey organization run by Jeremy and Brandy Goltz. 3 years ago, they launched the Special Edition program to provide opportunities for kids with special needs to play hockey.
A place where their children can do everything that other typical children can do. And that's not always the case when you have a child with special needs.
The cost to families participating in Mission Special Edition? $0. That's thanks to support from across Mission Ice's club programs.
And the thing about it that was really shocking is that for us out of pocket, it doesn't cost anything because of all the donations. Hockey's expensive. We know that. Most people who play know that. But for that opportunity to come up, is a huge blessing.
The Goltzes asked club families to donate equipment that is no longer used and ice time for practices to the Special Edition program. When she first pitched the idea, Brandy knew it wouldn't be an issue.
We know our kids and we know our parents. And if we say to them, we can do this if you guys will take 1/2 of your practice. It's their money, they're paying for it, but 1/2 of your practice, and you come out here and you give back.
And thanks to that giving back, players like Charlie get to play a game they love.
His absolute enthusiasm. He's kind of got an addictive smile. He's a very happy person. He likes to see his teammates. He likes to see his coaches. As soon as he sees you, he wants to come tell you everything he did that day. He likes to be here. He's just like a happy kid and a really good teammate. And he's not a bad hockey player.
That they actually make me a friend of theirs because I like shooting and making slap shots and just like running into the goalie. Like one time a couple of weeks ago, I flipped on the goalie.
Moments like that for the nearly 20 players currently registered for the Mission Ice program allow them the chance to be like any other kid.
It just gives them an opportunity to play with kids of their skill level, of their abilities, but more so, an opportunity just to have fun.
He's just grown and blossomed, and now to look at him, you know, it's just amazing. He's a miracle.
In Phoenix, Trey Bates, Cronkite Sports Report.
Charlie hopes to someday play hockey at the next level. His dream is to join ASU or Ohio State's Division I program.
But until that time comes, Special Edition will continue to be there for him as well as the other athletes in the organization. And now from the ice to the hardwood, from Africa to America to the NBA.
As Eric Ruby explains, Sun center Sheck Diallo took the path less traveled to become a professional athlete.
Every player has a story about their path to the NBA. But for Sun's big man Sheck Diallo, his is one of a kind.
And I sacrificed a lot. I left my family, my friend, everybody, my house, and just come to the U.S. and follow my dream.
Diallo was born in Case, Mali, but at just 15 years old, 2 years after he started playing basketball, he had to leave his home and travel over 4,000 miles to America.
I was scared, I was like, no way. And my mom was the one be like, no, I don't think that's a good idea. But my dad loves sport. My dad said, you know what, you have to do it, because one day we gotta looking for you to help us.
Diallo would find himself at New York's Our Savior New American High School. And before he could conquer his obstacles on the court, he had to adjust off the court.
When I came right now, I only speak French, and I started picking up English. It was tough beginning. It was really hard, like, can say, almost 9 months to be comfortable, even say hi, how are you?
After acclimating to the culture, it was time for Diallo to focus on basketball, and he saw immediate success. Eventually, he would be selected to compete in the 2015 McDonald's All-American game, where he would go on to win MVP, something he attributes to his mindset.
Because when I was growing up, we didn't, especially in Mali, we don't have a lot of options, there's no lot of opportunity. So since I moved here, I'm like, yo, you know what? Nothing is easy, man. I just gotta go get it. So whatever it takes, I'm going for, I know it's not easy. Like, life is not even easy. So whatever I'm going to get it, I'm just go 140, 150%.
And all that hard work paid off. After a brief stint at Kansas, Diallo was taken in the second round of the 2016 NBA draft. And after being traded on draft night, he started his career in New Orleans. Now 3 years later, he's in Phoenix.
As Sheck Diallo gets a quick pull-up.
Reunited with someone he met early in his basketball journey, Devin Booker, who's seen the dedication in Diallo from the start.
It's hard work, every day. Being in and out of the lineup, I haven't touched the court that much yet, but he brings it every day. He pushes Baines in practice, he pushes DeAndre in practice, and I've known Sheck since high school, and he's always had that same mentality.
And while Diallo is still focused on his NBA career, he's also looking to make a difference in the place that made Sheck Diallo Sheck Diallo.
2020, I'm gonna have a basketball camp in my hometown. It's gonna be really big. When I was growing up, I didn't have no opportunity, like that. But when I moved to US, I seen that, like 5 years old, 6 years old, go play basketball. I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I had an opportunity like that when I was younger, but it was different. So that's the stuff I'm trying to give back to my country.
In Phoenix, Eric Ruby, Cronkite Sports Report.
Diallo is just one of many NBA players who are representing and giving back to their home country in the name of basketball.
Coming up next on Cronkite Sports Report, one Chandler athlete hoping to get to the Olympics by way of the halfpipe.
We'll have that story when we return.
Welcome back to Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Scotty Gange. Our next story, Claudia Faust introduces us to one of the raddest 11-year-olds from Chandler. Claudia was in Huntington Beach, California to catch up with Paige Hine.
That's right, Scotty. We're dropping in on the life of Paige, whose goal of going to the Olympics isn't exactly a pipe dream. At just 11 years old, Paige is skating her way to the top. After school, 11-year-old Paige Hine trades in her backpack for a skateboard. All to ace kickflips, 540s, and skating rails. Paige got her first skateboard 3 years ago as a gift from her uncle and hasn't been able to let go of this sensation or her skateboard since.
The feeling of like landing a new trick and also meeting new friends and having the same level as them and learning tricks with them.
There was something very unique about her passion for it and just the drive she had to learn new tricks and kind of learn like the lingo and just as much as she could about the culture in skateboarding.
But the skateboard community and culture is still growing, and Paige is usually one of the few, and at times the only girl at the skate park.
Sometimes you'll see like a few other girls just kind of like riding around, but there's usually not many girls.
Less than 20% of skaters in the 2019 X Games were women, leaving women like pro skater Amelia Brodka feeling outnumbered.
I really wanted to compete in vert at the X Games, and I was an alternate one year, and then next year I tried even harder. I learned all these new tricks, and I submitted my video to the event coordinators, and they said, "Wow, Amelia, this is a great video. We had you on the competitors list, but the women's event was canceled." And that just broke my heart. It seemed like the thing that I was striving for, what I was dreaming to accomplish, it just all of a sudden was taken away.
Now women like Amelia are paving the way, or the streets, for young girls so they can get the opportunities they didn't get when they were growing up. Amelia co-founded the nonprofit Skate Exposure in 2012 to put on an all-female skate competition every year, giving girls like Paige the chance to surround themselves with the most talented skaters around the world.
Coming to an event like this is insane. It's so rad to see so many girls competing. I think there were 200 girls signed up to skate this event, and that's just crazy. Like back in the day, it would be like maybe 4 girls signed up to skate an event. My very first skate contest, there were 7 girls signed up.
Skateboarding has gained so much popularity that there will actually be 2 events in the 2020 and 2024 Summer Olympics. One will be park, and the other is Paige's favorite, street.
I think it'll be amazing to have skateboarding represented on the global scale, and for people to see other people who look like them, people that they can relate to performing in the sport, and that will help inspire them to do it as well.
Paige has skated in competitions across the country and recently overseas in Brazil, all in hopes to qualify for the 2024 Olympics.
I feel like her goals right now are X Games and the Olympics, and what an exciting time. I think it's amazing that this wasn't even a possibility before, and now she has Olympic dreams.
Paris 2024 is the goal, and Paige feels confident she'll be there.
I can't wait to be in the Olympics.
No matter what happens, one thing is for sure. She will never go a day without skating.
It's like attached to me now. It's like I can't live without it.
In Huntington Beach, California, Claudia Faust, Cronkite Sports Report. Skate Exposure has a youth branch in Phoenix called Skate Rising. This program also works to empower girls through skateboarding, holding free events every month for girls between the ages of 4 and 18.
For more information on Skate Rising and Skate Exposure, visit exposureskate.org. When we come back,
how a pair of Wonder Twins have become a dynamic duo on the diamond.
welcome back to Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Scotty Gange.
And I'm Claudia Faust. Our next story brings us to the Diamond,
where we meet a dynamic duo gearing up for their final season at Farrington Stadium.
There's nothing like a sisterly bond, and as reporter Brady King was in Tempe to catch the story of Maddie and Kendra Hackbarth.
Softball players, student athletes, twin sisters. These are the many identities of Maddie and Kendra Hackbarth. And playing softball side by side is all they've known since they were 4 years old.
I love playing with her. You know, a lot of girls, they like meet this one person on their team and they become best friends, and it's kind of who Kendra is for me.
It'd feel really weird not playing with her, so I highly suggest it. I love it.
Maddie is the strong catcher and Kendra is the speedy outfielder. Some say this is a super powerful combination.
They're called the Wonder Twins. I would definitely agree that they are the Wonder Twins. They're dynamic. They'll just out of the blue do some pretty wonderful things when it comes to the field that you'll just go, where did that come from?
Going back after it is Hackbarth and making the catch.
Their games are very different. So Maddie's is power and strength. And Kendra has obviously developed into that type of a hitter, but she's more speed and strength. So she's an outfielder, she's more goofy, Maddie's more serious.
Different personalities, yes, but one thing is the same. Both sisters certainly get their hacks in. and their stat lines look pretty similar. Maddie led the ASU offense with 19 home runs last season.
Maddie Hackbarth, deep and gone.
And Kendra did her own damage.
So Maddie, if you can do it, I can do it too, says Kendra.
Leading the team with a .412 batting average and earning all Pac-12 first team honors.
Kendra Hackbarth, have yourself a day.
Their supermom Mary knew her twins would be a force to be reckoned with since before they were even born.
From day one, when I was pregnant with them and having to go on bed rest, they were my monsters.
The twins have made a monstrous impact since the moment they stepped foot onto Farrington Field. This wasn't a surprise to Coach Ford, who met Maddie and Kendra when they were just 12 years old, and she recognized their special talent right off the bat.
They both work like no other, kind of have a work ethic that you just can't coach. For me, it's kind of neat to be able to coach twins, but also two very unique individuals and kind of see how they mesh well within our system.
The Hackbarths helped lead the Sun Devils to a run at regionals and a winning record last season, but they have higher hopes for their senior year.
I'm really hoping we're gonna go to the World Series and win it. And all, I'm just excited to play with this team and this coaching staff.
Both of them in their own way have really become students of the game, and I'm just really proud of kind of where they started and where their careers, are gonna end.
The Hackbarths will end their college softball careers the same way they entered this world. Together. In Tempe, Brady King, Cronkite Sports Report.
After graduation, both Maddie and Kendra plan to stay close to each other and the Diamond.
Kendra wants to take a break from school and help the ASU softball team, while Maddie chases her dream of becoming a college coach.
When we return to Cronkite Sports Report.
A Glendale athlete turning to her teammates for support on and off the court. Welcome back to Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Claudia Faust.
And I'm Scotty Gange. You may not notice it, but there's always someone who's struggling on the inside, but you can't see it because they hide it with a smile on their face. That person was Nyquor Gway.
Cronkite News reporter Miller Thomas spoke with the Ironwood High School senior about how she was able to overcome her struggles.
Standing at 6'4", Ironwood senior Nyquor Gway had to learn how to grow into her body. The first time she stepped on the court, it was clear she had the physical gifts, but not the fundamental tools just yet. But now she's a star in 3 different sports: volleyball, basketball, and track and field.
She's evolved a lot. She's got a lot more of an outside game. She thinks a lot more about what she should be doing, and she just reacts a lot better now.
Her volleyball knowledge just skyrocketed, her strength skyrocketed, all-around player. I mean, she has definitely been a force in the program.
Though she's a force on the court, it's her personality and character that make her stand out.
She's just very down to earth, very easygoing, very coachable. I can be at a 10 when talking to her, like all amped up, and I can be at a 2 when talking to her, and very mellow. And she takes everything in and she applies what she has learned.
The kid is always smiling. She just wants to have fun. She's kind of goofy off the court. So, the goofier she gets, the bigger that smile gets.
But 2 years ago, that smile was stripped away. During her sophomore year, Nyquor was admitted into a hospital for almost 2 weeks due to an anxiety attack triggered by her classmates' bullying.
High school was a little bit hard for me. I was overstressed on things in school. A lot of people talk about my skin color and my height and make fun of me.
Continuing her education was not easy after being released from the hospital. She missed 3 more months of school until she finally couldn't do it anymore. She said enough was enough.
I was tired of being home. I wanted to go back to school and see my close friends and my teammates and go back to playing basketball.
The support Nyquor received upon her return was overwhelming. Her friends, teammates, and coaches let her know, even through the ups and downs, they will always have her back.
So Ironwood is definitely a community, it's a family. So, you know, as far as going from volleyball to basketball, the coaches are all aware. You know, Nycor knows that there's that support system, not only with teachers, but every staff on campus.
Nycor has learned how to deal with the negativity differently and not let it affect her. Her experiences have helped her shape a new positive outlook on life.
I live every day like it's my last. Like everything I do, I try to put 100% effort. And if I don't put 100% effort, I still keep trying no matter what.
In Glendale, Miller Thomas, Cronkite Sports Report.
With graduation inching closer, Gway hopes to capitalize on her athletic opportunity so that she can continue playing her volleyball and basketball at the next level. That will do it for this episode of Cronkite Sports Report.
Thanks for tuning in to get a deeper look of sports stories in Arizona. We'll see you back for more on our next edition.
Until then, you can keep up with all the happenings in Arizona sports by following the Phoenix Sports Bureau of Cronkite News on social media.
Thanks again for joining us.